Alright, let's jump right in. So this is at the open, and the overnight range has kept at the highs. We see no interest. So when I see that it's hesitating on the way down, I jump in. The risk was just 1 or 2 ticks and the reward was 5. So it seemed like a decent trade. And the second trade has got exactly the same reason behind it. It could have been a quick scalp down to 21. Although I'm also expecting the range to break lower because we tested a higher, and if we show strength on the low, I was ready to let it roll for a little bit. And I scratch it because I'm scared. This is a mistake because we see so much more selling than buying. Look at all the constructed tape. We have nothing but red from 24 to 20. I realize my mistake and I go short at 20 at a worse position. It breaks, then buyers come in. Get stuck at 18. I'm there ready to let it go because 18 is holding. Buyers again at 19. And I get out with 1 tick. Which seems silly in hindsight, but looking back, we really didn't break the range, nor we proved if this was going to be a trend day or a range day. Plus, cumulative delta is neutral. So really, there are no definitive signals around here. Now this is my first real mistake because I'm starting to chase trades. I go short, seeing it break out. This is a breakout trade, a momentum trade. It goes in my favor for a little bit, but it quickly turns around. And here I'm looking to find a target for this trade. See, I didn't do my homework before, so I don't know how long I can take this. And as soon as it turns around and it starts going against me, I'm just in desperate need of getting out. And I get out with a scratch because I had no confidence in the trade. I go long, just feeding the monkey, really. There was no reason to go along other than the fact that I was confused and I didn't know what I was doing exactly. This is just a trend continuation, 17, 18. That's the level that we broke before, so we tested it back, and that was a perfect place to go short to continuate that beautiful downtrend that we're having. But this is the price that you pay when you get distracted. I'm still holding on to this long, hoping that it will retrace a little bit. And I doubled down, and finally I realized that I'm counter-trend trading. So I close this, and I immediately go short. And this somewhat pays. Unfortunately, if somewhat unsurprisingly, we find support at 06. We're getting close to the 600 level, and that was last week a level that came in play again and again. So some chop around here was to be expected. Sellers have completely lost steam. I'm reaching out for an 02 target. Trade goes against me. I know that there's a level there at 12. I just don't know if this is going to hold. So I short again at 12. I know that I'm with trend, so I'm a little more confident. I move my target at 07 because I know that even if this is a reversal, chances are those contracts there sitting at 06, they haven't been properly visited, so price is likely to pop down there again, see if really there is no interest in selling, and then if a reversal is in the cards, then shoot up. And this is the only reason why I'm not running for the door, even if the trade is 3 ticks against me. See the difference that psychology can make. Before I entered the trade without knowing what was going to happen, I got scared, I flipped. This time I know exactly what's going to happen, so I just sit tight for quite a few minutes, which is surprising for me. I usually want to be in and out. So there, I get my target. But now I'm thinking, look at the delta. There's a shift in delta. The move down, it's not really convincing. This could be a range. I'm gonna go long. Very premature. I could have waited for a little more confirmation then. I see some green prints. Everything is going well. I like this, I add. And set a target at 16, just because the next big step is at 18. It looks like this at 12 will be very easily passed over, and 16 is a VWAP. So that's where I think it's gonna churn. If you look at the extreme right, you see that the number of contracts traded at every level, it's still somewhat neutral. So you see 300, 400, now 700 contracts there at 13. But I'm just waiting for another push. I'm just thinking, okay, it's gonna build some volume there, and then it's gonna shoot up for the next move. Seller stepping in at 12, which is strange. But with the 2 contracts at 09, I think I'm still in a good place. Especially considering that that area between, say, 06, 07 has built some volume there. Unless we start trading heavily into 05, I don't think I want to get out of the trade. It still looks good. We made a low, then a very nice move up, and we moved down to test the low with little conviction. Then we came up and we ticked higher than the previous high, so that counts as a higher high. Then we put in a higher low, where it turned there at 09. And now we're trading closer and closer to that 14. We've put in another 1,000 contracts there at 14. And at this point, I'm seeing this triangle with the base there at 14, and I'm waiting for it to pop. Because we're building and building and building, we've tested the low twice, and I don't think, or at least it looks unlikely that we're gonna, since that last move was lacking conviction, it seems unlikely that we're gonna break it unless we see a lot of contracts coming in. But at that point, I'm gonna bail because I'm gonna see that. So I'm just waiting and waiting and waiting, 2,300 contracts for that little pop to happen. I've seen this formation, this price action structure over and over again in the Euro stocks, and I know that eventually it breaks. Most often than not, there is no big bounce. So even if you enter, say, at 12.13, you're mostly safe. Now it's getting worrying because there's 3,000 contracts traded at 14 and they're showing the level at 15, but buyers are not really piling in. And then they're thinking, should I bail? Should I bail? But I've been in this trade for so long and I feel so proud of myself that I just want to see it explode to the up. I've even moved my target from the original, what was it, 18, which was the next step up, to 24, which is a very reasonable target, both in terms of ticks. I mean, 10 ticks from 13 from the explosion shouldn't be hard to reach. And now I see this breakdown. I think we're out of range. Okay, I don't want this to be taken as a signal that the longs are just not there and we're gonna break lower. So instead of risking everything, I just get out of the second trade. I had in two parts, I had 2 contracts, one scaled out at 11 and the other we just got out of. Move down looks suspicious though. I mean, contracts are traded 400, but you also see that the delta hasn't moved at all. So I get in long again. Wait, first target at 12. But it moves 3 ticks, and I just want to be out. Because we put in a lower high. There where it turned at 10, it really scared me. Buyers were nowhere to be seen, and now they come back. So a lot of impulsiveness in these few trades. Delta stepping up again. But at this point, I'm still wary. I still want to sell this because we traded 3,000 contracts before. Why should we go long? It's most likely going to be a range, I think. And then I start chasing the trade. I go short at 11. I completely ditched my idea that this was going to be a reversal, and we saw it. It bottomed, then it tested again with very little conviction, and now the move down didn't even get to the previous low. So I don't know why I'm thinking short now, especially look at all these green prints. I get out, and luckily I decide to reverse. I see that I was being just impulsive. No, I just reversed because I realized we tested this 3 times and there's no sellers below 06. Tested it extensively for the last half an hour or so. There's just no way to go but higher. And 23 is still my target because at 24 we exchange a little more contracts. Plus it's just below an overnight swing there that looks appetizing. There, the overnight swing, you just saw it in a different chart. So we're putting in higher lows. We just put in a higher high. I got a couple of contracts averaging at 15. So you see the profile. Between 14 and 15 we have a nice step. It's visually appealing, it's there. I like this so much that I go long at 19 again. With a couple more contracts. And my target obviously gets reached. So I didn't trade very well today. I still got out with a positive, but I need to check what I'm doing. So hopefully tomorrow will be a better day. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.